Have you ever found yourself avoiding that parenting book, that Instagram account that wasn't something you disagreed with, but one you agreed with so immensely that it actually felt kind of awful? Like, to acknowledge it is to have this voice go off in your head of like, why are we still having to learn about this? Why are we still figuring this out? Why are we still making the same mistakes? I'm going to confess to doing this myself. For the longest time, I resisted reading Dr. Becky's Good Inside book, and it was for this exact reason. Seeing her immense wisdom on this really felt threatening to me and my identity, and it really magnified that sense of self-doubt, and I questioned myself as a parent, as an expert, and I stayed stuck in that feeling for a really long time. That feeling, that conflict between what we know is true about ourselves but how we feel in the moment, it's more than just a moment of doubt. It feels like a huge threat to our identity, especially when we're trying to call ourselves a mindful, conscious, loving parent. So in this video, we're gonna let that icky feeling come out of the shadows. We're gonna soothe it. We're going to talk it off the cliff that it feels like it puts us on sometimes. And we're gonna shift our mindset about it. And I'm gonna give you a very simple, doable practice you can do right now. And I'm going to help you transform this terrible sense of self-doubt into one of profound belief in yourself, okay? I know that sounds like a tall order. Stick with me here. Let's start by naming what's really going on here, because this isn't just imposter syndrome or a little bit of self-doubt. This is something that feels like a giant threat to our identity. I mean, when you're busy being a good parent and you're trying to read all the books, you're taking on new strategies, you're thinking all the time about the thing that didn't feel good between you and your kid and thinking about what you want to do better, and you care a lot about it, it feels really no good, terrible, feeling stuck and feeling like you've got these same problems when they really are just slip-ups. You know, it feels like it's proof that who we are entirely is a fraud. Not saying that's true, but that sure is what it feels like, right? Let's talk about how this gets magnified with social media too, because we're seeing all of this constant, curated, edited, filtered material that can show some potential possibilities of what could happen in life, but for the most part are staged and fictional moments that our brain, as smart as it is, can't really genuinely remind ourselves that when we're seeing this visual stimuli that's so beautiful and looks so perfect, that it's not real life, that it's not really that perfect. And so we really feed into perfectionism and this idea that we should be doing a lot better. So if this feeling's normal, then what do we do about it? I think a lot of it comes down to a core belief I have. This is something I've had ever since I was a teacher and I started being in preschool classrooms and realized how much I was learning from children. Here it is. Teachers need teachers. Coaches need coaches. Parents need other parents to support them. We can't see our own blind spots. When we're in the thick of it, it's hard to step back and see the big picture like we might be able to for someone else. Think about when you're helping a friend move and how much easier it is to help somebody else move than it is to move your own stuff, all right? I see this with Felicia and I all the time. So she and I, if you don't know our backstory, we met in college. We went to the same exact school. We studied the same exact program. We had the same classes, the same teachers, the same assignments. Yet she and I have such infinitely different perspectives and ideas and insights, and we have our own strengths and our own weaknesses. And together, we really bring a much broader, bigger, beautiful picture to the table than if we were just stuck in one. That's a big reason why we like to bring women together in our coaching groups instead of just one-on-one. The more community we build, the more support we have, the more wisdom and power we have all together. It's the same with any expert's expertise and wisdom. Dr. Becky's brilliance doesn't negate my own expertise or yours. It adds to the collective. And allowing yourself to receive that wisdom, that is a sign of strength, not weakness. So how do we get this mindset, this new mindset, to be something that goes beyond just a thought we have in our head? That's a nice thing to think about right now, but something that we actually believe fully and completely, something that we know, something that we act upon in our daily lives. There's a really great practice one that I love so much and I've used in my deepest, darkest moments. And I've talked to you all about it before because it works so well for me. And it's something that helped me in this particular situation too. It's what helped me get unstuck and helped me finally crack the book. And it's because I went to the mirror. I went to the mirror and I did mirror work. And I said, Jenny, you're a good parent. You are a great teacher. You know so much about kids and what's possible for families to have that's why you care so much when it's not feeling as good as it can be. That's why you want it to be the best it can be, but that's why you're so disappointed when it hasn't been what you wanted, because you care so deeply. And caring that deeply is the tool that you've been using over and over again to keep trying, even when it's gotten hard, even when it's been so frustrating. And I'm so proud of you, Jenny, for doing that. I'm so proud of you for caring enough to be embarrassed when you make a mistake, to wish you hadn't, but to try again, to be willing to look your mistake in the eye and say, what can I learn from this? Because Jenny, as much as you know that you'd like to be perfect, you're not, and you know that mistakes are just data. It's just data about what you want and what you don't want. And it is the best way to get where you do want instead of ignoring your mistakes. So this is a sign of how strong you are being as a parent and as a teacher who's committed to learning new things all the time, because you know that there's always more to learn. And this is wonderful, even though it's scary. And that's why I'm letting you see the tears, because that's a sign that you're doing something really brave and you're actually stepping into something new. You're not just going back to the old ways. You're not just faking it a little bit. You're really doing the work. So I invite you to go up to the mirror and be willing to say something to yourself that might make you cry, that can give you a chance to release that old story so you can actively write and create the next new story. I want you to go to the mirror the next time this voice creeps in so you can remind yourself that the voice is not there because you're failing. It's there because you care so much and you have all the potential you need to make something different. I really want you to walk away from this video knowing that that feeling of being a fraud is just a feeling that is normal for every parent who cares a lot about this, and you are one of them. And that's why you're not a fraud. If this resonated with you, I would really love to hear a comment about one of these I should be good enough thoughts or moments that you're willing to let go of this week. All right. And please make sure you subscribe so we can have more conversations like this. They're important and you're worth it.